And how did you guys meet?
We were doing a collab at my house, and I think we were having Brian Elsner come up, and then him and his crew, and then Joey came as well. So that's how we met.
Yeah, it was like five years ago or so.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah,
you guys came, and then me and you kept in contact and kept bumping into each other. And shoot, this year we've been doing a lot of videos together
every month. Yeah, and he keeps putting me through the worst videos. The hardest.
That track
videos.
One. What was that?
The Litvinov workout.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it.
No, let's talk about that. 'Cause that's like brutal, man. So at least just lay out what it is so people know what we're talking about.
It is 1984.
Well, it's on both of your channels, right?
Yeah,
it's on
his.
It's on your channel,
right?
Okay,
So this is an article that Dan John wrote for T Nation in 2006. So it was based on an observation they made about this guy named Sergey Litvinov training. He was a USSR and Russian hammer thrower in the Olympics in the early 80s. And these Americans go over there, they're kind of falling flat, but what's with these Eastern Europeans? What are they doing different? So apparently what the observation was, this guy, Sergey Litvinov, was a really good hammer thrower, and still today is like his numbers hold up pretty well. Would do a workout where he would front squat 405 pounds for 8 reps.
Holy shit.
And then drop the weight and then run 75-second 400-meter sprint. And he'd do that 3 times for the workout and go home. So it's just like, well, this is like a guy that weighs less than 200 pounds. If you look at the guy, he is mostly ass, and that's basically it. He's just an ass with a human attached is what his physique looks like. But who can do both? Who can both front squat 405 pounds for 8 reps, but also run a 75-second 400-meter sprint right afterwards? So we did a video, and you were able to do the 405 front squat, but you weren't able to make the time.
Yeah, couldn't make the run time.
Yeah, my calves exploded, so I couldn't do anything but whine and lay on the ground and grab my calves. And then we also had a track athlete out there as well. Matt is very good. He's training for an Ironman. He was able to run the times, but he was not able to front squat that much weight for that many reps. It's like, who can do both, man? It's crazy. But your body, when you drop that weight on a front squat and just start sprinting as fast as you can, it's saying, what the fuck is going on? What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big content consumer, but that one sucked me in because wait a minute, 405 front squat, first off, and then you're gonna 3 times or whatever it was. It's like there's no way. I have to watch this to see how awful this is going to be, because this cannot physically be impossible or possible. And then you find out that it is. And actually, I think you made the front squats, right?
Yeah, the front squats I was good with. The run I was probably behind. The first round I was pretty close to making the time, and then it just got worse from there. Yeah.
I mean, even if you front squatted and walked fast, for a quarter mile, and then did it again, it's like, what? 405 for that? That was bad. I'm like, that's just death.
One of the coolest things about that workout, in my opinion, is like, it's so simple. It's like, these are 2 simple things, front squatting and sprinting, and then it's just, you create this thing out of it. It's just like, what is this? This is an abomination. Where'd this come from? Well, it came from Eastern Europe.
Well, what makes it more brutal is when you first explained it, it's like, you just do this he just did it 3 times and just went home.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so you front squat 405 for 10 and run 75 seconds, quarter mile, and 3 times go home. It does not sound bad.
Yeah, I think
right. It really, it's like just 3 quick supersets of some stuff.
Right.
Anyone who thinks that needs to just go do it.
Yeah. I mean, but when I first heard it, I'm like, no. This is no. There's nobody that humanly did this.
Yeah.
And then you find out that he did, and that was like a normal thing. It was his normal training. Think about that for a minute.
He was under 200 pounds?
Yeah, he was like 196.
Like, is this something he did like every other day?
I don't know, man. It's just crazy.
Did you guys ever jump back into that? Give it a version 2?
No. You do it once in a lifetime, and that's all you ever do. Touch it once and let it die. That's it.
Now, how would you compare that with today's workout? Because you had mentioned that. You had said it was like different.
Yeah, they're both brutally awful in just their own respects. So today, like I said, today was a 3.5 hour workout. I haven't done a 3.5 workout in a long time. And we just obliterated our legs in every possible way with all the different training variables you could possibly imagine. So there's like the mental fortitude involved. There's just physically, can your body handle it? You know what I mean? And then we're in a hot gym. There's external circumstances. So yeah, it's tough. And obviously Juji and I, we push each other. So like I'm trying to keep up with him. He's pushing me. So there's that going on. But then Litvinov, literally you watch your soul kind of just come out of your body in a very short amount of time. So yeah, they both just really sucked. Do them both and do them once, and you'll question existence and why you're here.
Well, today, heat was a huge variable.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have gotten that done in 2 hours and 45 minutes and not had been as miserable.
Yeah.
So mitigating it,
Yeah.
And watching it was intentional, but the heat was, for you, the heat was drilling you.
Well, a lot of people too, they don't factor in, like if we're talking about RPE, right, or just in general, like when you have a hot day, that affects everything. It affects all the training variables, and you're going to treat that differently than you would if it was a normal day. But on the flip side, when we did the Litvinov workout, that was cold as balls that day.
Yeah, it was like negative.
We weren't even expecting it. Like it was like in PA, the weather's super weird. So it was like probably 80 degrees the day before. He shows up, it goes down to like 30, and then
That's
the
not
wind,
good.
we were like 0 degrees.
Yeah.
We're out there with the socks on our hands and like mittens between sets, and then we strip down. We got these like, singlets on and
Onesies.
yeah. Our warm-up sets was like 135, 225, 315, 405. We couldn't bear the cold. Just start squatting and run.
Right.
Well, the other thing too is there's no mitigation of the training variable. It's 405, and then here's the time that you have to run that quarter mile in.
Yeah.
So had that been able to be mitigated. Okay, let's take the weight to 315. Let's extend the time from 75 to 3 minutes.
That would be logical, but that's just not the point.
But that's a big difference when you compare that to what you guys did here today.
Yeah.
Right. So today you're training at your maximal threshold.
Right.
And a little above. But that forces you to have to go way, way above. Actually overreaching is what it was asking you to do.
Yeah.
And that's always going to be more brutal. I mean, that would be like taking the leg press that we did today and then figuring out how to do force reps.
Right.
After, it's crazy.
But honestly, like you might learn something from a workout.
Oh, yeah,
like
most definitely you
Litvinov,
do.
But my body's probably going to respond better than what we did today in terms of actually like making adaptations, improvement, and tissue overlay and whatever else is going on. You're like, my body's going to get something out of this one. But the Litvinov one's like, what did I just learn there?
Mental fortitude.
Yeah.
I remember when he called me, he's like, Joey, I got this workout. I've been saving it for a long time, and I want you to do it with me.
Did you think it was going to be that bad?
I mean, I couldn't front squat 405 for 8,
You're like, I'll just do that 3 sets of that.
Until recently, like, okay, I think I'm strong enough to do this. I should have been able to do 8, but I did like 6 or 7 on the first one and dropped it. Like, damn it. The one set that I would have been able to nail that number, But yeah, I've been saving it for a while because I couldn't get anywhere close to those numbers until this year.
Yeah.
What was interesting though, if I remember this correctly, because I was thinking, because now you're reminding me of that your second set you hit about the same number of squats, right? It was only like maybe 1 off.
I think I dropped the weight.
Oh, did you drop the weight?
Yeah.
Because there was something that with the squats, and I'm like, oh shit, he's not going to be able to do anything at this point because of the failure. And how do you recover? When you're running, how do you recover with that? But there was something with that where maybe you dropped it to it wasn't much, maybe a plate.
Right, yeah.
I mean, it was still like
I could do 315 for 8.
Yeah.
And then the last one we switched it just for the hell of it. So we'd run first and do the squats afterwards, and that definitely doesn't work.